Excited to be here. My name is Tammy Anderson Ward, and I'm the conference producer for the Energy Healing Conferences. And I'm so happy to be here today with you. I have an amazing guest speaker that is going to be coming on, and she's going to be teaching some things about crystals, which is one of my passions. I absolutely love learning about all the fun things with crystals, and this is going to be a great opportunity for you to get to know her a little bit better. For those of you who are in the St. George area, this is a fantastic way for you to also learn about what's going to be happening at that conference. If you are not from the St. George area and you'd like to go still, make sure you let me know because I can get you some tickets still. We have a limited number available right now. But I would be honored to hook you up with that. I want to go ahead and put my email up on the screen because if you should want any of those tickets, all you have to do is send me an email. Or if you're interested in learning about our upcoming conference in January, that is going to be held in Layton, Utah at the Davis Conference Center. It is our second biggest event of the year. Every year it just tends to grow. And so we are so excited to be able to offer tickets for that as well. So this is my email up on the screen, Tammy with a Y at hopehavenevents.com. And today I get to bring on one of our longtime supporters, speakers, experts in the field of crystals. And that is mightypebblerebel.com. And that is Amber Anderson. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring Amber on. How are you, my friend?
Hi, everyone. I'm so good. How are you?
Heck yeah, I'm so good too. So I have heard so many good things about your particular shop. Lots of crystal shops out there, lots of places where people can go and learn about it. But yours is really unique. And I'm going to have you start out with telling us a little bit about yourself, why you got into doing this, and kind of like what fuels your passion for it before we go any further. Is that okay if we do that?
Yeah.
All right. And then after that, what do you have prepared for us to teach us today, too?
Yeah, I get to teach something I hope is fun information for you that is new.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. Okay, and I just put her link in the comments so you guys can check that out as well. But I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to her. Thank you so much, Amber.
Yeah, thank you. So I've been into crystals since I was a young girl. I would collect them everywhere I went. Any opportunity I have for a souvenir or even Christmas time, I would ask for stones. So I've been collecting them a while. I still have that collection too. So I started doing Mighty Pebble Rebel in 2018. And one of the reasons I started was I was just noticing things that people couldn't really explain to me. So I don't know if you've ever felt like the crystal world offers you like this will bring you joy and abundance, and there's not as much talking about, well, first you might have to release some stuff. And as I was watching and using it for myself and my family and just watching kind of some irritating feelings coming to the surface and feeling like, well, something's going on here because that's not the peace that the stone said it would be bringing. So it became my new passion, and just finding and deep diving into what's really going on and how do we channel that so that we can help ourselves in the most beneficial way and get the most out of our crystals. So that's why I'm here, and started working with Tammy then too. So excited to be here. Saturday, the 11th, in St. George at 9 a.m., I'm going to be talking about and teaching about how to decode messages from your crystals. And there are two kinds of messages that you can feel from them pretty quickly. So in this space, I'm going to talk to you about something I won't be talking about in the class, but you get a special little bonus. So the first message you can tap into when you're using crystals is actually how the crystal is feeling. And then the crystal message starts to switch to how you are interacting with the stone and what the crystal has to tell you about yourself. So that first message is so brief, and It starts to happen before you even pick up the crystal, and it's happening between your hand and the air between you and the crystal. That's how it's interacting with you. So, like I said, it's so fast that if you're not paying attention, you can miss it. So, we're going to talk about how to do that this afternoon. But first, if you have a crystal nearby, go get it. And if you don't, you can practice this later. But grab a crystal, put it down though, put it on your table next to you, and don't use it quite yet. And I'm going to walk you through what I mean by this interesting message you can pick up. So you're going to, if this is your first time feeling energy, practice with your non-dominant hand. And I'm going to talk to you about why the non-dominant hand on Saturday. But today, just trust me. Use your non-dominant hand and notice the air around you. Just start to feel how it feels against your skin. And usually you'll feel a coolness, like it's not a breeze, but it kind of feels like a lukewarm or cool temperature. Okay. And then before you start this next part, let me explain what's going to happen. When you pay attention to the air between you and the stones, you place your hand just over it, don't hold it. The air is going to shift or change, and it's so subtle that you're wanting to just notice that before you try it. Okay, so know these steps before you try it, because it's about 10 seconds before the stone switches to telling you about yourself. So you can really overlook this. It's super easy to overlook. But go ahead and try putting your hand just hovering over your crystal using your non-dominant hand. And notice any changes between you and the crystal in the air. And notice it may feel hotter or cooler, or sometimes there'll be a little bit of an electric feeling, like a static between you and a balloon. When you rub it on your hair, you'll feel that static. And sometimes there will be no change at all. So a no change indicates that your crystal is doing pretty good and happy, and it's ready to help you and help you work through things. Where the other messages, the heat, the coolness, or the static, they're letting you know that, hey, I could use some help clearing. I could use some help regenerating so that I'm ready to help you. And sometimes it's easier to notice it than others. But as you pay attention to that, and it's fun to do. If you ever want to come into my shop and try it, and just hover your hand over the various bowls, and you can see which stones may have picked something up or helped somebody with something that just needs a little extra help clearing itself. So it's kind of a fun tool to practice when you can tell, oh, my crystals need to be recharged tonight in the moon or on my selenite bowl, or however you like to charge them. But this is just something cool. So before it switches to, okay, let me tell you about yourself, because the same kind of sensations might show up 10 seconds later, and it's letting you know, hey, I'm helping you now clear something. There's something that is low vibrating in you that I want to help you move out. I get asked a lot, what are your favorite crystals? And that's the hardest question for me to ask. But I was intuitively thinking about what crystals to share with you today. A theme popped up. I didn't do this on purpose, but I started just picking some things that stood out to me. And the theme of the collection I picked to share with you is intuition boosting and also protection from manipulation. And so whoever's in need of this combination of stones, or even just one or two to help you with this area, could be super cool. And I would love to hear about that. If this was for you and you see me at the conference in St. George, come tell me. Like, those were the stones I needed. So azurite malachite is a cool stone because it's a mixture of two stones. It's got green and these pretty blues. There's a blue spot. And it helps you with your spiritual gifts. bringing in intuition, helping you stay in charge of your emotional reactions, and alleviating some worry, stress, and indecision. It also is a stone that helps you see when others are misleading you. So that's the first one on, and it contains both the intuition and being protected from someone who's misleading you. Then you have the malachite part of that stone, since there were two stones in one there. Azurite was the first one just talked about. Malachite's the second one, and it is about transformational growth, helping you learn from your lessons and clear those emotional wounds that were created, and helping you notice when someone doesn't have your best well-being in mind. Okay, super cool stone. My next one to share with you is Numite. It's this black one, and it has little gold flecks in the right light. I don't know if you can see some of them, but it helps you find and see your true self. It helps tap into what you want to release, like trap programming, and it's very protective and shielding you against energy of manipulation. So I love that one for a lot of reasons, and it boosts intuition as well. And then Serpentine, it's a green one. It's this cool light green one. And it is also about spiritual gift growth and intuition, helps you ground, keeps you with a little more patience. And the coolest part is it's helping you heal from emotional wounds and manipulation, not just for you to feel better, but also so you don't accidentally start using those techniques on other people. Because if they're learned behaviors, it's kind of can sneak in there. Green garnet. Oh, it's such a pretty stone. And if I were to pick a favorite right now today, it probably would be green garnet. It's just so pretty. And that's protecting you from harsh opinions from other people, rivalries, and the envies of others, but also like helping you not have those feelings towards someone else. And during and after a broken heart, it helps support you so that you can continue to love and continue to feel love, even though you're going through a hard time. And also spiritual growth, that green one. And then this one's a fun one called Stick Tight. And it's so purple, so pretty. Definitely about intuition, calming emotional reactions, helping you see and give benefit of the doubt without harsh judgment, but also having compassion and forgiveness and seeing like it with a childlike wonder without going into an unhealthy space where you're giving so much empathy that you're being taken advantage of. So those are my fun stones to share with you, and I'm excited for the conference on Saturday. I know Tammy had, yeah, you had some questions for
I
me.
just wanted to come back. I was trying to grab your links. I added our YouTube channel because I know that some people have been asking me for that lately. And we are right now on all of our platforms right now, our YouTube, also our Facebook groups, and also our Facebook page. So we're like in a bunch of different places. So I went ahead and added the YouTube link, but I also added your Instagram, because tell us how people can connect with you if they don't live local. Tell us a little bit about that, and then some of maybe the services that you offer as well, if that's okay.
Yeah, I have a website, mightypebblerebel.com. There's a lot of tools on there that I love. I mostly wanted them for myself, but I get a lot of compliments on like, oh, I love how it's sorted by emotion. So you can go on there and you can shop and sort by emotion. And if you wanted to have help with bad dreams, you click on that and it sorts through which ones would help you with bad dreams. Or if you're wanting to have more peace, which stones help you bring peace, and it just sorts it out for you. It's really nice. So that's one cool tool on my website that I love, that the people have told me that it's helpful for them. And my services, all of them except for one, there's a chakra one that you would need to be in person for, but the others are over the phone, long distance, what am I trying to say? Not long distance, but like distance energy. And those ones, there's one right now that I just started offering called Energy Tune-Up. And that one I love. It just gives you some tools and helps you understand where is my energy field showing a little bit of weakness, or where is it showing my strengths, and where am I holding and storing things that really could use a refresh and move out. And that one's complimentary, and you can book that right there on the event, or excuse me, on the services tab. And get one of those for free. And let's see, what other question did you ask me, Tammy? You said, I think those are the questions you asked. Those are the answers.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I was literally just looking at your website while you were finishing up because I just know that there's a lot of people who follow us from all over the place. And they might not be able to attend our next conference in St. George. And I still wanted them to be able to connect with you.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yes, this website, mightypebblerebel.com, really is a very nice website, I have to say.
Thank you.
And lots of selection, tons of choices that are there. I love how you have your events on there. I love how you have options for people that are really can accommodate any budget. There's free classes and free services all the way up to, $65 for your services. That one's called Restorative Release Coaching. Could you tell us a little bit about that one?
Oh, yeah. That one is kind of a deeper work releasing. So I work with you and we use what I was the Brighter You visualization, which is my release method that I came out with at the beginning of this year. It's on Amazon if you're interested. It's called Brighter You Visualization. And there's a companion book that goes with it called Habit Rebel Self-Discovery Methods. And those are the tools I'm helping you utilize to release things. So if you're a self-starter and you just want to work through it yourself, I have tools for you. If you want the restorative release coaching, it's when you come or we have a phone call and I help you uncover where those things are and what you're holding, and we release it together so that you don't feel stuck, or maybe you just haven't had time to deep dive into the books and you want help right away. So that's what that is.
That's awesome. Okay, now if somebody was just barely getting started with crystals, um, besides the class that we're going to be doing together, besides coming to the conference, besides doing a one-on-one session, there's obviously lots of options. Is there like a one resource, like a book or a go-to that you're like, this is a really good starting piece? If somebody's trying to wrap their brain around it, especially if they're a little bit more analytical. They're like, where the heck is the evidence with this? I would love to have you share a little bit about that.
Oh, I talk about some of the reasons and it helps in my class on Saturday, but I'm not sure anyone's printed any science behind it yet. I haven't found a resource like that, but I do have um, a tiny reference book that's convenient. You can carry it around easily, and it has emotions. And the index is by emotion, so helps you narrow it down a lot faster. If you know a friend who's going through grief and you're not sure, all the grief stones, you look up grief, and it narrows it down just quickly so you can um, find the one that you think would help them the most, or even if it's yourself. Um, I have a lot of I have a little pocketbook that gives you some release ideas on what to do, what hand to hold it in, and how to release things. I'll have those available with me, and they're at my shop as well. I can get that online. It's not online yet, but that's
That's
one of
awesome.
my favorite things, or things I've discovered that I haven't found other books printed about.
Can I share one of my favorite books with you too that I think you'll love?
Oh, yeah.
It's a very, very short, quick read, but I just wanted to. I think you might appreciate it because I know when I found it, I was like freaking like devouring it, highlighting it,
Oh,
dog
awesome.
earing the pages, bookmarking it, like. And I have given, I don't even know, probably maybe 10 of these away as gifts. I absolutely love them. It's a book called Crystal Grids, How and Why They Work, a science-based yet practical guide, and it's by Hibiscus Moon. I know that the title emphasizes crystal grids, but oh my gosh, it is not just about that. It literally talks about, like, I geek out on this book so hardcore. It's really great because she started out as a scientist, a geologist specifically, and then she noticed these patterns over and over. How could you ignore it if it's just so up in your face all the time? So yeah, the little book is called, here I actually have a link on Amazon. I'll just throw it up here for you
Oh,
guys.
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
I know you can get it in other places too, but it's called Crystal Grids, How and Why They Work. And then the subtitle for it is A Science-Based Yet Practical Guide.
Oh,
Um,
that's
another
awesome.
another one that's like about vibrations, which specifically has to do with crystals, um, I mean, it is just, it applies so much, but it's called Vibrational Medicine, and it's by Richard Gerber. And his book is a much bigger book. It's also much, not just thicker, but it's a harder to read book. It's not like
Okay.
you're like flipping pages as fast as you can, like, you know what I mean? It's like you have to kind of chew on it a little bit. It's a lot more meaty, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I love
Um,
that.
but it's really good. Have you heard of that one before?
No, I'll have to check both of those out. Those are awesome.
So good. I'm sorry. I'm like, I love empowering people with all this information. I've worked with you. I've done one-on-one sessions with you over the phone, so that is the distance, right? I believe that is the $65 one that you were talking about, that's a little bit more of a deep dive.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed with it because we knew each other, but we didn't like know each other that well. But yet right away, before we even talked, you went right to what I would call my heart wound, like my main core, like my soul core, right? And you went right to it. There was like no bumping around or having a little side vacay or something. It was like boom. And I was like, what the? And you did that with the crystals. And so I don't know. I'm just like, you guys can say all day long that there's no evidence for it, but like read up a little bit. Let's do some information. And then also try it. Don't just knock it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I love your classes. Your classes are always packed. And whenever I go to your booth, you always have people that are standing around your booth constantly, which is a huge deal as well. What's your favorite part about the conferences?
I love the interactive things you have, the sound baths, the light therapy. You can go and you're experiencing it. You're immersed in it and it's not just information overload. You get to participate and have fun and it's just a really great day out.
Yeah, I agree. And I love that people are starting to bring their teens as well.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, they always have right from the beginnings, from when we started like almost 10 years ago. But I feel like maybe I'm just aware of it more now. I don't know. Because I made a comment to my daughter and she's like, no, the teenagers have been coming for a long time. And I'm like, but this many? But I do love the activities too. It's not just, where people can go and sit and be lectured at or talked to, but instead there's going to be this like full experience, right? And you get to customize your day and do what works for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's really you leave uplifted. So it's a great experience.
that's awesome. I just got a question in that says, will she be at the one in Phoenix? We are not doing the
Ooh.
Phoenix one on December 9th, so I apologize. We did take that off of the website, but that is because honestly, I try to keep everything as affordable as possible. And Phoenix is not affordable when you try to do an event with 1,000 people. I will just tell you that right now. When I looked at the prices, I was like, that is so crazy. So if you actually have a location for me that you think would be good, let me know because I'm all about it. We just couldn't find one this time that was available. So hopefully this coming spring though, right? Okay, Amber, do you have any other thoughts or comments that you'd like to add before we end today?
No, I'm so excited to see everyone Saturday and just have a good time. So,
Heck yeah. Okay, well, we'll see you Saturday. Thank you so much.
hey, thanks.
Okay, see ya. She's awesome. I love her so much. Okay, so you guys know we are going to be back on today at 4:30 with another spotlight speaker as well. So if you are thinking that you may want to just keep learning and meeting more people, join us here on our Facebook Live that's at 4:30 Mountain Time, or you can also join our YouTube channel, which I've included in the link in the comments there. Or we'll see you at the show. Thanks, everyone. See you.